So the Toronto Raptors are a very confusing team that is yet to prove their identity, and with all the injury battles they have faced, these next 15 or so games is really going to prove who they are and what direction they need to go. They have a good all-around roster with great size and an overload of long wings, but there's definitely some spots that can be improved at the trade deadline. So as you can tell in this video, I'm going to be talking all about the Toronto Raptors and what I think they need to do to make a playoff push come April, and also what I think about what they've done so far this season. Before I get into this video, now since the NBA season is finally in full swing, I'm going to be pumping out so much content for you guys, so I would really appreciate all of your support. It only takes 5 seconds to like and subscribe, plus you can always change your mind. I'm now on the road to 10k subscribers, and I know you all can help me get there very fast. And by the way, thank you all for getting me past 7k. It truly means the world, and we are just growing super fast right now. So as I was saying, the Raptors are a team that is struggling a lot this year, and several of their promising players have definitely regressed, and I think it's time to talk about what's going on. This is a team that came into the season with a lot of promise and expectation after what they did last year, and with the reigning Rookie of the Year and basically 2 All-Stars in Fred Vanveet and Pascal Siakam, this team definitely needs to change things up because being 17-23 is unacceptable, but I also don't think it's time to panic quite yet. Starting off, the first problem the Raptors have had so far this season is Fred Vanveet. He has regressed so much after being an all-star just last season, and I've seen plays where Gary Trent Jr. was fed up with him after bad shots he's taken. The body language is definitely a sign that there's a lot more to the story behind the scenes for this team. This season, Fred Vanveet is only shooting 37% overall, which is just atrocious for who he is, and he hasn't shown much leadership with how some of his teammates have turned on him. The next reason the Raptors have struggled so much this season is because of the coaching staff and how Nick Nurse is constantly overthinking. They're one of the worst shooting teams in the league, but they continue to launch up threes when they should be attacking the rim with all of their length. Without the 3 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers where they shot the lights out, this team's 3-point stats would be really bad. Anyways, back to the coaching. Nick Nurse continues to fail to give his young guys the ability to play through their mistakes, and the way the front office constructed this team was pretty much by putting 8 of the same type of players together on one roster. Literally, the whole team is just a bunch of 6'8" wings, and there's been no chemistry in the locker room, and there's been subpar player development. Ever since winning a title, there really hasn't been much growth from this team. They just got very lucky to have been able to draft Scottie Barnes. But anyways, enough bashing this team, because I'm sure as a Raptors fan, this video hasn't been fun to watch. So now I want to talk about what trades I think this team can make to get over the hump, because even though they have been struggling a lot this season, there's definitely still potential with this roster. So starting off, the first trade is definitely the least appealing, but I still see it as a fit in Kelly Oubre from the Charlotte Hornets. He is another tall wing, which is the reason the Raptors probably won't go after him, but he's a decent 3-point shooter historically. He is injured right now, but overall, I think he could provide some great energy off the bench, or even in the starting lineup for the team. Anyways, moving on, the next player I think would be a good fit for Toronto is Buddy Hield and maybe even Chris Duarte from the Indiana Pacers. From what I've heard, the Raptors have very high asking prices, so I think they might have to humble themselves in order to make a trade, but I don't understand why they would want to hold on to some of their guys when it's obvious things aren't working. And again, they badly need shooting, and Buddy Hield is the best 3-point shooter in the league. So now before I get into my last potential trade, let me know what you guys think of this Raptors team, and if there's a trade you want to see this team make that wasn't in the video. I want this channel to be all about debating, and I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Anyways, my final player I think the Raptors could trade for is Cam Reddish, who would be a cheap buy and hasn't found his spot in New York quite yet. Even though, again, he's just another tall wing, I think he would fit into the Toronto rotation nicely as one of the last players off the bench, but let me know what you guys think. Anyways, let me know in the comments below what you thought about this video, and also what trades you think the Raptors should make. I'm gonna continue to pump out as much content as possible, so I would really appreciate it if you would join me along for the ride. I'm on the road to 10k subscribers, and I believe you all can help me get there. Also, one more thing, make sure to comment below what you want to see next. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll see you all later.